The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO Summit, will be held in Ankara, Turkey this Tuesday. Amid growing tensions between the U.S. and its European allies, the alliance's unity will be put to the test. Our Hong Seo-jeong reports.
Leaders from NATO's 32 member states will gather in the capital of Turkey this week to discuss key issues, including defense spending and the Ukraine war against Russia. The White House says U.S. President Donald Trump will arrive on Tuesday and is scheduled to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on Wednesday. Growing tensions between the U.S. and its NATO allies have fueled concerns over Washington's commitment to the alliance, casting doubts on what the summit can ultimately achieve.
I just want loyalty. You know, we're so loyal to them. We're always fighting for them. We have thousands of troops all over Europe. In Germany, we have 50,000 troops.
According to a U.S. official familiar with the matter, AP reports that Trump and Zelensky's discussion on Wednesday will address efforts to end the war in Ukraine. Following the meeting, Trump is expected to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin to explore a possible path toward achieving peace. Another key issue on the agenda is defense spending. Washington has repeatedly criticized European allies for failing to meet NATO's defense spending target. However, the European allies have pushed back, pointing to what they call the Trump trillion, a chart showing that NATO allies and Canada have committed more than $1.2 trillion in additional defense spending since 2017. Tensions within the alliance have deepened further as the European members have been reluctant to back the United States during the recent U.S.-Iran conflict. In response, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has highlighted Europe's growing contribution to the alliance, with a backlog of more than $300 billion in defense orders and as many as 5,000 U.S. military aircraft operating from bases in Europe ahead of the ceasefire in April. Still, Trump has repeatedly threatened to withdraw the U.S. from NATO and reduce the number of American troops and military assets stationed in Europe, raising questions about the alliance's unity. With key issues such as defense spending and the war in Ukraine high on the agenda, this year's NATO summit is expected to put the alliance's unity to the test. Hong Seo-jeong, Arirang News.